Hey folks, my name is Tatiana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Ethereal Entertainer. Today I will be doing some astrological tarot readings for the month of December of 2022. Let's see how we're going to finish out the year. Let's see what we've got in store for this holiday season. So I'm going to be featuring this Modern Witch Tarot deck. Absolutely infatuated with this deck. It's available on Amazon if you feel drawn to this one. I will also be pulling a bonus oracle card for each astrological sign. This is the Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. Super fond of this deck as well. I hope that you get as much enjoyment out of it as I do. I love the depictions in this deck. It is fantastic and so beautiful because I love roses. One of my favorite flowers, hands down. So I also have some beautiful bracelets made by yours truly from my Etsy shop, The Ethereal Construct. We have beautiful yellow and opalite colored glass beads with the evil eyes. These are available now, so feel free to check that out if you're wanting to get some gifts for yourself or some folks that you love for this holiday season. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, Aries, we're starting with you. Here is your Sun card placement. We have the Three of Cups. Your Moon card placement, we have the Two of Swords in reverse. And then for your Rising card placement, we have the Three of Swords. As for your Oracle card, we have this lovely card here, the Child Within. So we're going to talk about what these cards mean and what is the message for you, Aries. Hey Aries, so let's get into your Sun card. We have the Sun position, Three of Cups. This is a really good card. This is a card about celebration, about recognition of where you are and what you've accomplished and who you've accomplished it with. This could be symbolizing you and some coworkers, you and some business partners, you and family members, you and friends, but the gist of it is that you have accomplished something with others and you deserve a pat on the back and to just be in this circle of, I'm proud of you. No, I'm proud of you. No, I'm proud of you too. That positive reinforcement circle. The Three of Cups is saying that you deserve that. You've earned it. Maybe treat yourself to a night out with these folks that you have been able to accomplish so much and do so much with. Maybe it's not necessarily about accomplishing maybe a goal of like hitting financial goals or making sales or something like that. Maybe it's about healing. Maybe it's about you and some other people have had a very rocky relationship and you've been able to find yourself navigating through calmer waters, being able to improve communication between one another. There are different ways that this interpretation can be applied to your circumstances. So be a little open-minded when you see the cards. That way you don't feel like, oh, this doesn't apply to me. It definitely can. If it's, not just about business or just about finance or just about projects that you're working on. There are so many different ways to apply the interpretations from the card and have them applicable to your circumstances in your life. So do keep that in mind when you're getting the definitions from the cards. And moving on to your Moon placement, Aries, we have the Two of Swords in reverse. So this is a card that has to do with indecision. This is a card where a decision needs to be made, but you're trying to play the game of I'm neutral, I'm in the middle, I have nothing to do with it. The Two of Swords card in reverse is calling you out and saying that you're not actually being productive by being in that predicament and putting yourself in that position. You need to make a decision, and maybe it's not that you're on one side or the other. Maybe it's two individuals who have different perspectives that involve you or don't involve you, and you just don't want to get involved. But your perspective, your opinion may bring some clarity to the situation that is much needed. And don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to say, hey, I think honestly this entire situation is kind of ridiculous. We need to get over it. And things can be so much easier if we took a different route, or whatever perspective it is that you hold about the situation. It may not actually be about two different individuals. Maybe it's two different circumstances or situations you're having a hard time deciding, or something internal. But either way it goes, the Two of Swords in reverse is saying that you're at a stalemate and it's time for you to make a decision, and to either one of those decisions are not the best for you and it's time for you to walk away altogether, or you need to pick a side and you need to just go with your gut, pick and stand on it. So moving on to your rising placement, Aries, we have the Three of Swords. So this is a card about pain, about heartbreak, betrayal. And the card is not necessarily like, oh, this is what's in store for you. This could be indicative of something that's already happened too. And sometimes we see that something is headed in a negative direction, like we know the outcome isn't going to be very good, and we don't want to acknowledge that. The Three of Swords card is saying, you definitely need to acknowledge it because it is part of the healing process. I know when you see this card, this is not a card where you're just like, oh, yay, wonderful, love that for me. I know, but the pain is part of the healing. It's part of the process, because if you don't acknowledge it, you subject yourself to repeating those cycles, to continuously being hurt and not healing, not moving on, not being in a better situation, better circumstance, better relationship, you name it. So do keep this in mind. I know that it's not a very pleasant card, but it is a necessary one. And you need to acknowledge how you feel. Let yourself feel how you feel. Don't try to stifle it down. Don't try to push it to the back burner and try to forget about it. Acknowledge it. It's part of the healing process, and it doesn't last forever. That's the best part, is it doesn't last forever. So do keep that in mind. The pain is not eternal. It is temporary. Okay, so we're going to move on to the oracle card I pulled for all of my Aries friends. We have the child within, inner mother, innocence, gentleness, tenderness. I'm just going to go ahead and read the description for you. We can be so hard on ourselves, expecting to heal according to a schedule and beating ourselves up when we make a mistake. The rose wants us to heal, to release all hardness from our bodies and all hurt from ourselves, to find a way to soften, to remember that no matter what has happened, is happening, or will happen, we're all innocent children of the stars and the earth. The flowers are here for us. They're a safe, soft place to remember. They want you to nurture the child within. This is a card of gentle reassurance and compassion. It brings a message of genuine understanding and tenderness. It's reminding you to treat yourself like the innocent child that you are, to take your inner child and let them rest deeply in the soft petals of your heart. We all have a child within us who at some point went into exile because they were hurt or because the world didn't feel safe. And no matter how much we've grown, when we as adults are hurt or triggered, it's normal to regress to this age and feel overwhelmed by the original emotion. And while we can't change the past, what we can do is scoop up the child within and place them in the soft petals of the rose of our own heart. Soul inquiry. How can you tenderly tend to the child within? I feel like that really speaks to the Three of Swords card. I absolutely love that card. That's fantastic. But thank you so much for listening and for watching. Please feel free to jump around and look for your big 3 card placements and get your own personal 3 card spread. You'll also be getting 3 oracle cards too. So that'll be really cool for you this month. And subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can keep getting these monthly zodiac readings from yours truly. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate you. Hope you have a great December and happy holidays. Bye.